Egypt beat Cameroon on penalties. Via www.imago-images.de. Mohamed Salah's Egypt are through to the final of the Africa Cup of Nations after beating hosts Cameroon 3-1 on penalties at the end of a goalless 120 minutes in Yaoundé on Thursday. Goalkeeper Mohamed Abou Gabel was the hero for the Egyptians, saving from both Harold Mukudi and James Lee Saliki in the shootout at the Olembe Stadium. Before Clinton Nia blazed wide with Cameroon's last chance to keep their dream alive. Salah, usually the fifth penalty taker for his country, was not needed as Egypt advanced to a final showdown against Senegal at the Olembe Stadium on Sunday. That will see Salah come up against his Liverpool teammate Sadio Mane, with the Pharaohs chasing a record extending 8th African crown while Senegal continue their search for their first title. Cameroon, meanwhile, see their hopes of AFCON glory on home soil ended in cruel fashion, and they must still get through a third-place playoff against Burkina Faso this weekend. Just 10 days had passed since the disaster at the stadium, when 8 people were killed and 38 injured prior to Cameroon's last 16 win against the Comoros. The Confederation of African Football had temporarily shut the venue pending an investigation into the events, stripping it of a quarterfinal before giving it the green light to reopen here. Olembe is a spectacular stadium from the outside and from within, but there was still an uneasy feeling at normal service resuming so soon after the disaster. Many fans were clearly put off, with just 24,371 fans attending in the 60,000-seat venue. Many more could have been present even with COVID restrictions, limiting crowds to 80% of capacity for Cameroon games. The lack of fans was a shame in what is a football-mad country, and Cameroon and Egypt are the two most successful sides in Cup of Nations history. The indomitable Lions' tally of 5 titles is bettered only by the Pharaohs. The Egyptians had a score to settle as they sought revenge for their 2-1 defeat at the hands of the indomitable Lions in the 2017 final, when Vincent Aboubakar came off the bench to score the winner in Libreville. An impact substitute then, Aboubakar is now the Cameroon captain and the top scorer at this tournament with 6 goals. So confident was he coming into this game that he dismissed the threat of Salah in a radio interview, and the Egyptian captain was peripheral in this game, too. Often an isolated figure on the right wing. He did, however, pass up a glorious chance to open the scoring early in the second half when a dreadfully short back pass by Martin Hongla sent him clear. After trying to knock the ball round Andre Onana, the Cameroon goalkeeper successfully stopped him just outside the box. Aboubakar also struggled to make an impact, although the hosts had dominated the first half and almost went ahead in the 18th minute when Michael Nadeu Rossetto had a corner off the woodwork. Samuel Omgoe also saw a long-range piledriver clip the left upright in the second half. Meanwhile, the Egyptians went down at every opportunity, regularly looking to eat up time and frustrate their opponents. Usually they eventually stood up again unscathed, although centre-back Mahmoud Hamdi El Wench needed a bandage on a first-half head wound. At least they ended the game with 11 players, but coach Carlos Queiroz, whose assistant was serving a ban here, was shown a red card as the end of normal time loomed after losing his temper on the touchline. This was Egypt's third extra time in as many knockout ties, after they needed penalties to beat the Ivory Coast in the last 16 and an extra half hour to get the better of Morocco in the quarter-finals. Extra time passed with penalties always seeming inevitable, and Aboubakar was the only successful taker for Cameroon as they go out.